Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us for the News 12 FastCast. I'm Nick Proto. It's 11:50 on our Tuesday, July 16th. We start off this morning with a new study that found some feminine products have lead or other metals in them, which can lead to dementia, diabetes, even cancer. Our Jada Walker is talking to doctors today about what your risks may be.
A new study was released that tells us certain tampons may contain toxic metals. Later on today, we'll hear from Dr. Adams, who helps us address some of the questions we may have.
Okay, thanks for that, Jada. New this morning, 2 local men were arrested and indicted on drug and weapons charges. 55-year-old Tommy Lee Porter of Augusta was indicted this month. He's charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of heroin and methamphetamines, and more. 44-year-old Christopher Lovett of Waynesboro pled guilty to possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He's been sentenced to 46 months in prison and must pay a $1,500 fine. South Carolina troopers are investigating a deadly crash in Orangeburg County. They say it happened just after 6 o'clock last night on the westbound side of I-26 when a semi moved off the road and hit a tree. Troopers say the driver died from their injuries. No word yet from the coroner on who that victim is, but we will keep you updated. We now know the name of the person who died in a crash Saturday in North Augusta. The coroner's office says 39-year-old Jesus Trinidad Rosales was the only person in the car when it ran off Escaga Lake Road and into a tree. The crash happened by Chalkbed Road Saturday night just before 8 o'clock. 2 people were arrested after an alleged burglary in Aiken County. The Aiken County Sheriff's Office says deputies responded to a burglary on the 6100 block of Marmalade Lane. They caught up with the suspects and found a pipe bomb in the car. 48-year-old Carlette Biddle and 44-year-old Anthony Barton were arrested and charged with possession of a bomb, burglary, weapons charges, and more. Columbia County leaders tentatively adopted a millage rate. Now, they lowered the rate, but taxes will actually go up for homeowners next year. It all sounds a little confusing, but our Julius Evans is talking to those who can make sense of it for us.
The deadline to appeal your current property assessment in Columbia County is coming up. Today, I'm looking to talk to local tax experts about really the change in why property values are increasing and how that plays into the taxes that you pay in your bill. Stay tuned to News 12 at 6 to learn more.
Okay, thanks for that, Julius. Aiken and Saluda County deputies helped arrest a 31-year-old man in connection to a sexual exploitation of a minor case. South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson announced they arrested Devin Saylor. A release says investigators got a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Saylor is facing 9 charges in that investigation. Last night, crews responded to a fire at St. Joseph Hospice. Officials say North Augusta public safety officers called for other agencies to help put it out on Edgefield Road by the Belvedere Volunteer Fire Department. Public safety says they brought a tanker and an engine, and by the time our crew got there, emergency crews had already started packing up. No word yet on what caused that fire or if anybody got hurt. In Columbia County, officials denied bond for 2 women who are facing charges for the death of a toddler. A GBI toxicology report found the child had fentanyl and tranquilizer in his system. Deputies say they went to a home on Jordan Drive back in February for a child's death and found 31-year-old Mitra Elzie holding her baby. She told deputies he wasn't breathing. Once investigators discovered illegal narcotics were the cause of death, both Elzie and her aunt, D'Angela Belton, who she lived with, were arrested. This year's Peach Jam tournament is in full swing. Thousands of players, coaches, parents, and fans are filling North Augusta as teams take the court. But today, we're talking to a team off the court, the volunteers who make this tournament happen. Our Audrey Dickherber is talking to some folks hard at work in the kitchen.
With Peach Jam continuing throughout the next week, we've talked to you guys about how there's been an increase of people coming into town and how we're expecting to see more money than ever. Well, what does that mean for people behind the scenes at Peach Jam, volunteering and helping make sure this tournament runs smoothly? I'm going to be speaking to volunteers about the difference this makes on them this year and how they're making sure that everything goes as planned and that families, players, coaches, and everything have everything they need for the tournament this year.
All right, thanks, Audrey. School is back in session in a couple weeks, believe it or not, and Bayvale Elementary is introducing a new way to get kids excited about reading. 8% of students scored at or above the proficient level for reading, so our Kennedy Payne introduces us to the Book Bus as leaders aim to get that number up.
The principal of Bayville Elementary is introducing a new book bus to the school, but also to the community. It's going to be called Book Bus at the Bay. This idea all came about after she saw students' recent test scores. So the goal of the book bus is actually going to be to improve literacy rates. It's also going to help community engagement and also bring parents and kids together through literature. So we'll have more on what this bus is about and what parents and students can expect from the bus on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
All right, thanks for that, Kennedy. And thank you for watching this News 12 at FastCast. News 12 at midday starts in 4 minutes. Until then, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Have a good one.